at a place where the fans have shown unprecedented loyalty. They pack this place no matter the circumstances, and optimism running high as the Cornhuskers are set to open a new season. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down for the offense. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working that left side now. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast. And you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Going up top on first down. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cornhusker! They're on the board first here in the season opener. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man to go.
As the defense comes out, they've got them pinned back, and listen to the roar of this crowd. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job, and the pressure builds. And then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down and distances, 3rd downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
From the gun, the running back has it. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter, but you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football, so yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
And those corner routes, those quarterbacks need to throw the ball with some air and put it towards the sideline, away from the defender. You could tell a little bit maybe underthrown. The defender doing a good job sticking with the play, getting his hand on the football, and getting the deflection.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Fair catch called for and made. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. Quarterback checking off. They'll run play action. Coming after. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this...
And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. The hand to the running back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Gets it out fast. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the pass hits, picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Getting some heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, but already this defense is making their presence felt. We've seen time and time again their ability to rush the passer and get hits on this QB. His toughness is going to get tested.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On second down, he'll let it fly. And the pass is intercepted. Trying to take it back. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Green Wave. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside it, can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game where you go back and you're looking like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable play by the defense, not just to get the turnover, to score the points off.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nebraska offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David. The expressway is wide open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, this tight end, he's got size, and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Looking to move it through the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Looking to go up top on first down. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, and you can tell the timing wasn't great in quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Quick strike complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. And it's caught! Touchdown, Nebraska!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. 1st down from the 42. He's looking to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Trying to impose their will with the run. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter.
Nebraska, 14, Tulane, 9.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game 1, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this cat.
The Huskers will have it 1st and 10. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Quarterback will audible. Now the play fake. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Husker! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
At the 40, there he goes. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And how about this offense? What are you thinking as a defense right now? I'm thinking pass, bringing in guys, making sure I stay deep, playing for the pass, and they run the run right at him. Kind of catch him off guard, get the big yardage, big play.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Oh, he's going to go for the return. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
That incompletion leads to second down and 10. To the air, it's Ellington. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Man, this defense takes tons of pride in their pass defense. They've got athletes on the back end that can break on the ball, and they've got hands, too. We've seen them pluck 3 picks already. They almost got another one there.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
Hey, going for it all. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Got his man on the right. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
They want to just keep throwing it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. He's inside the 40. At the 20. He's out of bounds at the 5, and what a job to set up his offense.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Looking downfield, it's Ellington. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and this quarterback's got to know that this isn't practice. This isn't back with his QB guru. He's not trying to throw around brooms or around big bags. That is an arm attached to a body that bench presses 500 pounds. He's got to do better.
Corners right up on that line of scrimmage, trying to push their way into the end zone on third and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tulane! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. Nebraska's had a lot of guys to feed over the years. Mike Rozier, Roger Craig, I am hip. But you don't know who's going to get it with this running attack.
Yeah, but I do know this, Reese. Whoever gets it is going to run the football physical. And Nebraska is going to be very happy. Their fan base will be jacked if they establish the physical ground game, because that's who they are.
The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it on the move. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They go to the ground. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Now the toss. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4.
Black 24. Black 23. Longer.
He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. He's got it. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on third down. Touchdown, Nebraska! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Going for the return. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll snap it from the 20 on second and 4. Back to throw, it's Ellington. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The give to the left side. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Slips through the line, and the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Now they'll try to cash in this drive, first and 10 from the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. Firing to the right, complete. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They're down to the 35 on first and 10. He's going to pass. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. This will likely be the last play of the half. Quarterback checking the play. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's got it. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Tulane, 16.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half.
Looking for a huge play. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. All kinds of running room. He's at the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Green Wave.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe, as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here, get that mojo going.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they liked.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. And the Huskers pick up the 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. He wants to throw. It's complete on the right side. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Mueller. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently. After
that last completion, it's 2nd down. Power football with the run. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
That's caught. It's Mueller. He's brought down solid. Pick up on a little bit short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Quick handoff. Hard running there. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
This will be the 9th play of the drive coming up. It's a 3rd and 2. Oh, it's on the ground. Live ball. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. Brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
It's so disappointing for the offense, too, because they pride themselves on being physical, right? They wanted to come out in this game. They want to establish the run. They do that each and every week. They had the first down, but David, he just couldn't hold on to it. The defense now creates the takeaway.
And speaking of pride, that's what you pride yourself on defense, taking the football away. How many possessions can you steal? He had the first down, but you got there.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Huskers! They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
It's a nice run there to get the first down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking for a man. It's Ellington. Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fakes the grab on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The little toss to the fullback there didn't get big yardage, but it does let the defense know they can't ignore it.
Dang right. It's a changeup. It's not going to be something I live with and do all the time and try to feature him out of the backfield, but if I can slip him the football every now and again and deter you from blitzing and assuming run when the fullback's always in the football.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Right back to it. Fights off a defender. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to pass it on second down. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the route is on.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
Number 18, set to kick off.
He's going to bring it out from deep. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10.
First and 10.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a run.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Dropping back, it's Ellington. Unloads to the right. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Wants to throw on first down. Unloads it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Now on second down. He makes the connection. At the 45 on his way. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. This Tulane offense has a great drive going.
Let's go.
Hand off from the shotgun. Open space at the 25. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter, And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
Then I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat. All eyes are on them. They got to win. They got to do this. Starting off on the wrong foot. This is exactly what happens. It becomes a distraction. We're going to find out how good of a coach he is, and we're going to find out how loyal these fans are really quickly in this season.
Line gets set. First down. They think there's room to run to the right here. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
Quarterback adapting. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
He lobs one high down the left side. Caught at the 25. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the stomping has commenced.
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Throws for the tight end. It's caught. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Ellington. Looking to the big tight end. On target to the left. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. When you're dealing with the big tight end, you better get a bunch of hats around the football.
And here's the thing, Reese. These used to be big, slow tight ends. Now these guys are absolute freaks. They're so good. You can split them out wide. You can put them in the formation. They can do so much. And you see after the catch, hard to get to the ground.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down.
For the offense.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. They're trying to get to it. Grabbed on the outside, it's Jones. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the running back. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Fires to the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. The give as they work on that clock. And this run won't give them any more room to operate, but at least they avoided the safety.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Now facing 2nd and 10 from their own 1 and hoping to avoid a disaster. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Off the play fake. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He's off to the races. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Back to pass, it's Ellington. He's taking a deep shot. And the pass is incomplete, and this ball game comes to a close. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for.